Well, I'm feeling better. Let's do another comic book look into Brewsky, even if it's a few days late, a couple of days late. This time, some Todd McFarlane goodness. Oh, yeah. Hello, YouTube. Axiomat here once again. And the flu, you know, the flu can take you out, it can kick your ass. And it did to me. 2 weeks, to be accurate. And apparently, from talking to friends and family, it's been 2 weeks for everyone, almost to the day. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the flu. We're here to talk about the fact that I am feeling better. I'm catching up on my videos. We're going to do this version of Comic Book Look and a Brewski on a Saturday night instead of a Friday night. I will get back to the Friday night thing of me dropping these on Friday. But for now, we are going to look at Batman number 423. You know what this is. We all know what this is. This is that Todd McFarlane cover. And there's a cool story that goes with it. I'm going to go ahead and paraphrase Todd McFarlane's story. If you want to hear it for yourself, just Google it. Use the googly search bar to Todd McFarlane's story on Batman cover 423. It's a pretty cool story, but let me talk about it right here. So the story goes that Todd was, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, as I just mentioned. Go check it out. Use the YouTube to listen to the story from the man himself, the ToddFather himself. But in a nutshell, he was commissioned to do a piece, a Batman cover, and he was in a hurry. So he was like, "Oh man, I can't believe it needs to be done now. The deadline's tomorrow." He was in a rush, so he did the most simplest thing possible. He's like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna make him look like Batman. I'm going to do what I know and what I do best. I'm gonna stick to my artwork. I know it's not gonna look like Batman. I'm gonna get reamed. People are gonna hate it because they're gonna say, "Oh my God, that doesn't look like Batman. What are you doing? Why does the cape look like that?" He thought all kinds of things, only to find out later that it was one of the most well received and now iconic covers of all time. Goes to show, right? Sometimes the work that you think is going to be the worst ends up being the best. And isn't that just the crux of it, right? How many times I've been doing some research on YouTube algorithms and things like that. And the funny thing is that every single YouTuber out there that gives you advice about growing your channel always says that sometimes the videos that you don't think are gonna hit. And then the ones that you pour in a lot of work into, editing and quality and sound, and nothing. So just very recent, me doing my research on being a YouTuber and stuff. It's funny that that can translate to exactly what happened with this cover. Um, I did do some X-Men books at first, and then I did do an ASM, Todd McFarlane. So in keeping with the Todd McFarlane thing, I wanted to do another Todd McFarlane book. So that's why we're going to do this one this time around. I mean, look at the reds on that. We're going to do some close-ups just like before. And I'm going to take it out of the bag. We're going to flip through the pages. He only did the cover. He didn't do the interior work. But if you've ever asked yourself, hey, what does the inside actually look like? That's the whole point of this segment, is that we're going to go and take the tape off, take it out of the bag, and we're actually going to flip through the pages. Cheers. Okay. So let's take the tape off. Hey, this one ripped. Okay, so I didn't get a chance. As in my other videos, I always say that there's a lot of different ways that people like to tape these up. Sometimes they use a flap where they fold the tape over. I've used this bag a few times, so you can clearly see that there's leftover tape. This one just happened to rip, so there's no risk of anything getting caught here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Normally what I would do is I would actually take the tape off to ensure that there's no risk of when I pull the comic book out that the tape is gonna get stuck on the pages on the book itself. That's not applicable here. So let's go ahead, take the book out. All right, there we go. Hold on one sec, ladies and gents. Oh yeah, I love smelling the old print. Comic books don't smell like this anymore. They just don't. So any chance I get to get one of my books, take it out of its bag and take a good whiff, I'm gonna do it. So let's take a look at the interior. All right. The reds on this really pop. I think I got myself a good copy, newsstand. So actually, I haven't done the homework on this. Are there direct copies of this book? I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put it here where I'll answer that question when I edit the video. But let's go ahead and open this up. Same as before with the other videos. This one is, I forget, number four or five. I think it's number 5. I would have already put it in the thumbnail anyways, but Chips Ahoy. Look at that. Ads, baby. Ads. But as I mentioned, this paper is no longer used. I mean, just the sound of it is much different from the current comic books that you can buy at your local comic shop or wherever it is that you buy your comics. Hopefully you're supporting your small business local shops, but to each their own. So check that out. These are the interior pages of the iconic Todd McFarlane cover. Actually, I didn't mention who is doing the work. It's right here if y'all want to copy, if y'all want to pause and take note here. How about this? There it is right there. As you guys saw, Jim Starlin has done a lot of comic book work. Look him up. Dave Cockrum, as an X-Men fan, of course. I know who Dave Cockrum is. R.I.P. He went far too young, similar to Mr. Michael Turner. It happens, right? But yeah, so great names, great artistry. Just at the beginning, I'm kind of redoing some of these, flipping back. Video game ads. Whew. Video game ads, right? But check that out. Hey, Superman. Of course, with the stick to DC advertisements, it is a Batman book. After all, even if the artist did cross over, a lot of these artists did work for Marvel, then DC, then Marvel, then DC. That's just nature of the beast, I suppose. Prizes or cash. Check that out, ladies and gents. That's old school. That's some old school advertising there. Oof. I see. I'm trying to be very careful, as always. I think I mentioned this in my last one. Imagine trying to read this now at my age. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Oh, I mean, look at these panels though. Look at that. Look at these panels. I mean, look at that. You can hear it more than you can visualize it, right? Well, there's no need to visualize. It's already there, but you can hear the at least I can. Yep. This is some good Batman storytelling. Well, it's Batman. How can it not be good? Staples. So we've clearly reached the midway point. I don't think I focused on that in the last few videos. Is the middle where, if you lay this flat, this is where, obviously, take the staples out. You can break it down that way. But yeah, I should start pointing out the staples. Staples matter when it comes to grading, ladies and gents. So the quality of the staple can affect your book. Look at that panel right there. The bat with the moonlight. Oh, look at that. So good. Just, and look at the cape. Look at the cape as it cascades across that panel with the kids. All right. Out a little late, aren't we? Such a Batman thing to say, huh? Well, arguable Batman thing to say. I love it when I see panels like this in particular right here. Because look at the way he's just standing there, but he's talking to children. So he's imposing, but he's also trying to be, well, nice to kids. He's not trying to scare kids here. You need to know the story to know, but for the most part, this panel here, the way the kids are there, and can we talk about this? And just the way he's standing there with the cape and the cowl and the kids, so well done. Yeah. Oh, I skipped over. I apologize. Okay, guys, there. I just skipped one page. Right now. Look at the hug. Look at that. Um, these comics, I obviously have a passion for this. I'm making a video about them, but some of these stories, ladies and gents, see, this is this is yet another layer of why I like doing this segment now. It's because when you open up these pages and get to see what the story is inside, I'm not reading the actual story, but you can clearly see the panels and see what's happening. Um, doesn't it make you want to read it? I hope it does. I really hope it does. But there you go. More advertising for some Hellblazer. Smoking cigarettes. But this is once we were getting out of the Comics Code Authority and all that censorship nonsense. But there you go. Look at that. Bat signals, editorials, comments. Look at the way the green pops there on this advertising page. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's it right there. If you're enjoying my content, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Most importantly of all, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Let me just do one last thing with my book. Oh, that smells so good. That's the good stuff. Yes. As that panel's happening right there. Like, yes, smell me again. Yeah. Oof, right there, punch to the face. That's what Batman's gonna do to me right now for smelling the ink on his pages. Same as before, I like showing me putting the book back in its bag. Because if I showed you how I took it out, I might as well show you how I put it back in. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm actually capturing it correctly on camera until I see it in the editing portion. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even really show anything. I think I did in this one though. I will add a piece of tape there. And there it is again. Ready to go back up on my display wall. Oh, thumbs up. Isn't coming out. Weird angle. Another episode of Comic Book Look and a Brewsky is in the books. Books? Comic Book Look and a Brewsky and when the it's in the books. Well, Axiomat abides. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Ladies and gents, I'm having a great time making these videos. I love taking the books out of the bags and going through them. I know sometimes it can be a little like nerve-wracking watching me flip through the pages and doing the little let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. You know, I said it in a few of the other videos. They're my comic books, right? I mean, that's the whole point, is that when they're yours, you can do whatever you want with them. Now, do I intentionally want to crinkle the pages, add some finger grease to them? Of course not. I love these books, but it's also been fun, as I mentioned, taking them out and looking through the pages, smelling the pages, as you just watched me do there in that last segment. But yeah, that does it for this video. As always, collect what you love and love what you collect. I'll see you guys in the next one.